Welcome back to another episode of Where Potters Walk. On this week's episode, we are asking that question: what's up with Manhoef? And are the Stoke faithful starting to trust Chico? We're also talking about refereeing decisions. And are the standards of refereeing in the Championship falling? Is it time for VAR? And because of the big news in America this week, what is the best North or South American import to hit Stoke City? We're doing that with Liam and Carl. Welcome back, fellas, to Where Potters Walk. If you haven't yet subscribed to the channel and you just found it, you know what to do. Hit that button just above Carl's head now, down below. Press it, and we will love to have you as a follower as we go through all the 46 games for Stoke City this season. Right then, Liam, let's start with Millwall, shall we? We'll get to the Manhoef question in a minute because it's all over Twitter, but let's take the positives from that game first of all. What were they?
I think we've had a few games where we've won where we've been quite out of control of the games recently. I think we were definitely more in control of this game, which kind of helps the way that Millwall play. It is a bit old school Tony Pulis, which I'm a fan of. I don't mind it. But I think overall, I think we deserved it. But it was an entertaining game. It was tough. You can see why they've won 4 games 1-0, because I always forget how big Jake Cooper is. Is it Jake Cooper, the centre half?
Yeah.
He's an absolute man mountain. Him and Tanganga were really good, I thought. So you can see why they did the way we are. But I still think we edged it. I thought we were okay. So, unbeaten still at home in a fair few games now, and then unbeaten in a decent run of games as well. So, yeah, it's all good.
I'll give you, Carl, the Blackburn game to just briefly comment on. We'll come back to Millwall in a minute. First off, against Blackburn, you didn't look very good.
It's one of them games. I think the only way of putting it is, when you used to play on FIFA, you absolutely batter someone for 90 minutes and they go at the other end and nick a goal, and then the controller gets broken into it. That is how you'd summarise that one. I don't think we were brilliant at all, really. Blackburn did have by far the better of the game. But Victor Johansson again, isn't it? The Victor Johansson effect. I mean, if he ain't in the goal, we go on and lose that without a doubt, and we managed to take them 2 chances we got.
Absolutely. I think he saved a couple from the Japanese striker there, didn't he? Where would you be without him, Carl?
Rock bottom, minus 20 goal difference, without a shadow of a doubt. I mean, you look at the shots that we've had against us these last few games. I know, take the Millwall out, but Blackburn, and some of the other games, you're looking at 15, 20 shots. That shouldn't be happening, but if it isn't for the keeper, I mean, I don't want slating, but Jack Bonham, if he's in goal, he doesn't save half of them. There's not many keepers that do, to be honest with you.
Okay. All right, we're going to have that difficult conversation now then, because you might think this is very harsh, but Alexander on Twitter and others said, are we going to ignore how bad Manhoef is again? Is no one ready for the conversation? Stoke Alona 69 says, we need to have talks about Manhoef. He just isn't good enough yet. Again, a player like SA showed him how good a Championship winger plays. All right, well, we're going to have the conversation. I think it's one we've put off for a couple of weeks. Well, let's have it now. Liam, what's up with Manhoef?
I think he might be a little bit a part of his own downfall from how he finished last season. He was really good last season. I think it's a mixture of a few things. His decision making is pretty poor. I'm not sure if he's greedy or he just makes the wrong decision a lot. It feels like he's just pretty greedy, and he started believing his own hype from the end of last season. He's very one-footed. He's probably up there with one of the most one-footed players we've seen, like Arjen Robben levels of one-footed without being Arjen Robben, if that makes sense. Yeah. He does make a lot of good runs, and he finds himself in a good position a lot, but he's got very little pace and short steps, and he is small. But yeah, it's just, I think he's believing his own hype a bit too much. he misses a lot of easy chances, and then he'll score a worldie, so it kind of brushes it aside. But he's been poor for a lot of games. But I think he's second top scorer after Cannon. So swings and roundabouts at the minute, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not hard though, is it? In a Stoke side that doesn't score many goes.
I think
Carl,
I'm third.
Carl, does he frustrate you as much as he does obviously the Stoke faithful, or are you a little bit more understanding?
No, he does frustrate you because we saw at the end of the last season what he's capable of. And like I say, the daft thing is he only scores worldies, doesn't he? And as Liam said, he's so one-footed. I mean, he must be a defender's dream play against. I know he's quick, but you know he wants to go on the inside because we always play him on the right. He wants to cut in. And if you allow him to do that, he is going to score one of them worldies. As soon as he puts the studs on top of the ball, you know it's going in. But yeah, he's got so much more to give, I think.
I think that's the main word, frustrating.
Yeah.
More than anything.
Are we judging him to a different set of standards though? Because last year, like you say, he was awesome and you know, saved Stoke in many games, didn't he? From relegation almost. You could argue. But so this season, do you think people are expecting more from him, Liam, because of that?
I think so, and I kind of think they should. Same with Beige and Ho. You know, they've got to progress. They all say, and Wouter Berger, they've all come here and pretty much made it known that we are a stepping stone. They want to be Premier League players, which when you're in Stoke's position, it's fine. That's what you want your footballs to hopefully take you up, but if not, put you in a better position. So if that's what they want, they've got to show it. But yeah, he's just really, really, really frustrating, Manhoef. That's the problem. But yeah, he's got to show more. Okay.
All right. On to the positives then. So your manager Chico, which he calls himself on Twitter. Chris Wallace says in response to his latest Twitter, great work so far, fella. By the way, Bocat is not a left back though. Mark says 7 points out of 9 this week. I'll take that. Should have got all 3, but want to be today penalty and a red card, but that's officials for you. And Dan says in response to this manager's tweet, I love this. Keep up the good work, boss. You are creating a togetherness at the club that has been missing for years. In addition to that, I finally feel proud of the way we are playing again. I can't wait to watch us play, and that's thanks to you and the players. Liam, are you falling in love with your manager?
I'm not falling in love with him. I've been burnt too many times, but he does seem to bring it again, a togetherness. You know, the high-fiving and hugging before a game, even though it looks a little bit mental to an old schooler like me, it probably does bring them together a bit. Same with the whole linking their arms and cheering at the end. It's not for me, but it probably does bring them better. I think we noticed after the Blackburn game, when he was celebrating with the fans, Vidigal and Niall Ennis, who I think they played a minute each or didn't come on, they were hugging him, and I suppose that shows that they're with him. We're a lot more competitive to watch, I'd say, even in the games where we've been, like the Blackburn game. There's more bodies on the line, and there's a willingness to do the hard work, which he said at this early stage is a minimum of what he expects. So I can see why people are buying into it. I'm not buying into it. I'm just not diving headfirst and falling in love with a guy. I'll see what happens over a period of months, but he'll have as much backing as Schumacher got with me. You know, he's doing a decent job so far.
Absolutely. Carl, are you enjoying watching Stoke again?
I am, yeah. I'm easily bought. I'm diving in. I'm all in. I'm all in the Chico pool at the minute. Yeah, it's enjoying. It's entertaining, and even the games where we're not playing well, such as Blackburn, we're giving it our all, and that's all you can ask for the team that you're supporting. You just want to see them make challenges, get bodies in front of the ball. I mean, they're paid enough to do it, aren't they? So that's the minimum requirement of a footballer, and we've lacked that for so long. So yeah, I'm really enjoying what I'm seeing again.
Brilliant. Okay. We can't move on from the Millwall game without talking about the refereeing decisions and just generally. You've fallen foul of some very bad decisions, haven't you, in the last 2 home games against Derby and against Millwall. I suppose for us neutrals watching that, it beggars belief how the referee can't give a penalty and a red card for what happened. To give neither is just criminal. Which leads us to the debate of are the refereeing standards going downhill, Liam?
Don't know about downhill. I think they've been bad since we've come down from the Premier League. I think the Premier League gets a lot of flack for the referees, but the Championship is absurd at times. The referee, it wasn't just a penalty decision. I think he got every decision wrong, even for both teams. Even some of the things he gave Stoke against Millwall, you're like, I'm not really sure how he's got to that point. But yeah, I said to the guy who sits next to me at the game, I said, if we did have VAR in the Championship, the games would just never get going because the refs are that poor. They'd have to check everything.
Yeah,
There'd be nothing left to the referees. You might as well take them off the pitch and just have a robot on the side. Like you say, the decision was pretty much a disgrace. I sit at the other end of the stadium and you couldn't really see what happened, but you could tell by the players' reaction and how all the crowd at the other end went up. You can tell when it's a Stonewall penalty, and then I saw the replay at half time. Couldn't believe it.
Carl, is it time for some assistance in the Championship?
They need something, don't they? I mean, like I say, the officiating's really poor. It's even, okay, there's a load of bodies in the box. The referee hasn't given it. What was the liner doing? Surely the liner could see it at least. You know what I mean? It's a lot of decisions that have gone against Stoke, and not just Stoke. There's other teams. I'm not crying saying poor old Stoke, because there is many teams you see them week in and week out. Like I say, probably the other week when we had that where Gibson scored and there was a slight nudge on the player. Perhaps it's evening itself out, but you can. There's some evening out there, isn't it? And the best of it is he didn't give the red card, he didn't give the penalty, instead he booked Berger. Oh, you couldn't make it up. It's shambles. Sunday League stuff.
Yeah, there's been some strange decisions up and down the Championship in the last couple of weeks. The Burnley goal at West Brom was ruled out for nothing at all. We've had, of course, Norwich and Derby as well. Preston handball, absolutely, just absolute madness. All right, cheers for that. Before we let you go, then, with it being a big week in America this week, we thought we'd have a little bit of fun and ask you if you can name any American, North or South American influence on Stoke City. We asked artificial intelligence to do the same, so we'll see which intelligence wins out, the Stoke City or artificial. Any ideas?
North or South American? Yeah, I'm going to go Jeff. Yeah, Jeff Cameron. Steady Eddie, Jeff Cameron. Right back, centre back, centre midfielder.
Yeah, Jeff Cameron.
Wherever you wanted him go.
He's a reliable player, really, wasn't he?
And Donald Trump supporter, if you follow his Twitter.
Is he? Okay, interesting.
Yeah,
yeah. What did Jeff Cameron it came off with? Adriano Basso, Brazilian keeper who briefly played for Stoke at Bristol City. Yeah, and Breck Shea. Breck Shea, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah,
he was supposed to be a great. He's supposed to be coming through as a great, one of the American talents, and absolutely awful.
That's why I don't know how to pronounce his name. We've never heard of him. So there we go. But if you manage to get Breck Shea, then you're better than any of us on this panel. But that was what AA came up with. Brilliant. Well done. Thank you very much. Next week, we're off to QPR, back to London. So we'll see you there as we preview that game. Thanks for joining us.